Welcome, and good evening, everyone. And it's been a home team Saturday in the Premier League so far. Like, all the home teams have done the business today, except for one, guys, and it's the big United get ready to face Newcastle at St. James's Park. Bit of turmoil in the trip to St. James's Park as the team flight got cancelled this morning at 10 a.m. and they had to hop on a bus for the 4-hour journey up to St. James's Park. 158 miles, guys. So it's going to be a tough one for the faithful. And as we all get ready, and the away fans are they're on their way, shortly arriving at the stadium, everyone's preparing for the big matchup of the Saturday evening, and it's the Newcastle versus Manchester United away. And if we are going to talk about their form midweek, both teams grinding out draw victories. Manchester United in a thrilling 3-3 draw against Galatasaray away, and Newcastle, conceding a late goal against PSG to a penalty given in the last moments of the game, coming back with a 1-1 draw. It wasn't an amazing performance by any means by Newcastle, but they're Newcastle. Their form has been different in the Premier League. They've been informed thus far. They've recently just beat Spurs, and this is the big game for them if they want to rise up the table. And, I had to get some help just to go around so no one thinks I'm being unfair or overconfident or too, positive. You know what I mean? So I'm going to bring my buddy Trex into the building right now so you guys could get an opportunity to hear what he has to say. And, he might have different opinions from me, but we're same Manchester United fans at the end of the day. Drex, what's up, my buddy? What's going on?
Yo, big up people. I'm all right. How you doing?
Chilling. And, just examining the fixture as we go into the match against Newcastle tonight, bro. So, it's a tough one. Manchester United, we drew midweek. They drew midweek.
Yeah.
We've scored 6 goals in the last 2 games, conceding 3. They have scored 5. You know what I mean? Conceding 2. So,
yeah,
what can we say? Is 2 teams in form, both very close in the table. Manchester United are in 6th, Newcastle are in 7th. A win for Manchester United will see them rise up into the 5th spot. Or is it the 4th? Yeah, in the 5th spot. A win for Newcastle will see them be level on points with Tottenham, 2 points ahead of United. But at the same time, the Red Army is going to be there. It's an away fixture. We already had one this week. I think the tougher of the 2, because at the end of the day, we're home. You know what I mean? We're just away down the street driven. So I think it's going to be a tough fixture. I think Newcastle are going to have a fight on their hands.
True.
And, what are your thoughts on this as you watch where we stand at the table?
This game, right? Yeah, recently the performance in the league has been good, right? We've had 3 wins in the last 3. Though the results are good, performance people could argue and say not so good, which I share in their concern as well, because most of the save the Everton game, with the other games were more like a narrow win, right? We didn't look real too confident and too comfortable with those wins. But that being said, we moved from there. We progressed from the 1-0 kind of win to a 3-1 emphatic win against a comfortable win. Let me not use the word emphatic. A comfortable win against an Everton side that people deemed would be super motivated based on the events that went their way and all of that, right? But we're able to get the business done away at Everton. Now we're away at Newcastle at the St. James's Park. I feel like we've got the momentum. Yeah, there was we drew at Galatasaray and in the Champions League 3-3, But what I could take, the positive I could take from that game is we becoming to look clinical. We're becoming clinical when it comes to taking our chances. We create, we score. That's one thing I noticed. Even from the Everton game, we are becoming more clinical. Those chances that we used to squander before, we don't let it go. Like try to make do and try to get the best outcome from chances like that. But that being said, we shouldn't push. We shouldn't. This is a Newcastle side who, in my opinion, I feel they were hard done by the penalty that was given against them at the dying minutes of the game against PSG. In my opinion, again, it wasn't a penalty, but I'm not the officiating referee. But we could argue because now, why sometimes I try to keep a like a low headed kind of thing, because when we played that same event happened to us against Real Sociedad, right? And I was one we were part of the people that were like, this thing is not right. How did you give a penalty ball that hit somebody on the leg first and deflected to the hand, and his hand was pretty much in natural position, right? Trying to block him. Yeah, so this is how you do it. So I felt like it was harsh on us, and that's the same. I'm going to carry on the same momentum onto the Newcastle one and say it was harsh on them. But I hear most of the Manchester United fans actually saying it serves them right, because when it was our turn, they were in our faces and say that like it's a pen, it's a pen, it's a pen. But not everybody is gonna be hot-headed like most of the fan base, right? Some of us are just gonna call it the way it is and just let it be. But it is what it is, right? It is what it is. So
I'm just gonna start off by saying big up to Kenny Fan TV. My boy is traveling right now, Eastern Europe. He's probably in Vienna having a good time right now. And he's saying big up to all. Newcastle will be up for this game after being robbed by PSG in the CL. I'm gonna say this: they weren't robbed. In fact, I think PSG was robbed because they got 2 handballs in the first half, clear handballs. If it was us in the Champions League, those 2 handballs would have been given. PSG would have been up 2-0. I think they weren't robbed. I think they got lucky. Their luck ran out. They didn't play, to me, in any way, shape, or form like they dominated Newcastle. They played well, but they didn't dominate PSG to say that they were battering them and they deserved a goal, if you understand what I'm saying. I think it was a pretty even game. I think Newcastle should have imposed themselves pretty much more in the game, and I think they need to do better. And at the same time, I'm not one of those fans that are going to say that I'm level-headed by saying that I feel sorry for Newcastle.
I don't.
They got the result that they deserved. They deserved a draw.
Yeah,
They deserved to win that game. So if you
No,
want to say,
I don't think they deserve to. I don't think they deserve to win that game, because immediately they scored the first goal, they just went into the They just went into the low block mode and were just hoping to catch PSG on the counter, which to me was a game plan. But you can't defend like that. You can't be defending like that and hoping to scale through. You know what I mean? So I never said they deserved the win. I just said I believe it was harsh
if
on them.
they were robbed, then they deserve to win, and that's just the way you have to put it. It's not black and white, but it's result. It's basically, if you say they were robbed, then immediately, then in my opinion, the first thought would come to my head: they deserve to win the game, because it's come like that. That's the only how it comes. You know what I mean?
don't think they were robbed. I feel
Because you said
it
that
was
it was
harsh.
similar to the same penalty that we gave away against Real Sociedad last season, but I think it's vastly different. I think Martinez was making a sliding challenge. The ball rolled up his leg onto his arm. His arm was latched onto his side. It's different. This guy's arm was out to the side. It bounced off his knee, and his arm was not next to his body or behind his body. It was out to the side like this. Now, I've seen it given against in the Bayern game when the guy was like literally 2 feet less than a foot away from Ericsson, and he literally head the ball to Ericsson's hand. He didn't head it anywhere else. He headed directly to his hand. What could you do? Could you move your hand out of the way when you head the ball to your hand while you're moving forward like this? You know what I mean? So we held penalties for
I get you.
way worse situations. So it's like, for me, a penalty is a penalty.
True,
Is part of
true.
the game. Sometimes it's not in the moment that you want, but it happens. Just like the free kicks we gave away, like on any other given day, Onana saves those free kicks and we're winning that game 3-0 or more. But
True.
he didn't save it. He made mistakes. So at the end of the day, what are we gonna do? Call him
One of the
use
reasons
Onana and say he's the worst keeper
one
in
of the
history?
reasons
No.
why one of the one reasons why I don't say why I don't compare whatchamacallit team to any of those. Like, I was gonna say, I believe if it were us and they gave that, what would you feel? What would be your reaction, right? But again,
Reaction would be, well,
we,
it's tough. What can you do? It's like it hit his
but
hand, and
we've been
my
there
belief
several
in
times.
handball, bro. This
We've
is
been
just my honest belief, right? I've been
we've
honest with you, bro. I believe
yeah.
if you touch the ball with your hand in the box, is a penalty, no matter what. I
Mm-hmm,
don't care about your intentions. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm,
Because I'm not out here trying to figure out what they intended. I don't care
mm-hmm,
about their intentions. I don't care if you did not intend to hand the ball. I don't care if you intended to hand the ball. But you
mm-hmm,
see, when you leave for so much subjectivity in decisions, like, oh, did he intend to or did he not? I'm like, bro, like,
mm-hmm.
the ball hit his hand. It's a done
Yeah,
deal. It should be that
yeah.
simple. At the end of the day, it's not like, it's just part of the game, bro. Like, if the ball hits your hand, it's a penalty. If it's a
Mm-hmm,
tough luck situation, but it's part of the game. That's just the be all and end all. You know what I mean? This subjectivity thing is rubbish. I don't believe in it. I think the Premier League is wrong to have that rule. I think if the ball hits your hand in the box, it's a penalty. I don't care. Unless someone shoots the ball at your hand, you know what I mean? That's different. If the ball, if it's not with unbelievable momentum, then yeah, I could understand. But don't tell me, like, someone shoots the ball and your hand just suddenly sprays out at your side, and that's okay. You know what I mean? That's a penalty,
mm.
bro, all day. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes if you subjectively look at it, if his hand wasn't there, the goalkeeper was not there, then penalty, bro.
So
It would be in the back of the net.
what you make about
Because
this Tesh comment now? He says, what if your hand is by your side?
what do you mean? Like, bro, listen, understand what I'm saying, right? I've seen guys cross their hands like this. The
Mm-hmm.
ball hits their hands in front of their chest. It's
And they
not a
gave a
penalty.
penalty. It's not a
And they
penalty.
did not give a penalty. They didn't. I've seen
Mm-hmm.
it against United.
Yeah, yeah.
And for my opinion, what the hell is your hands doing in front of your chest crossed like that? What the
Mm-hmm.
hell is it doing there? That's an unnatural situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So what are you telling
yeah. I
me?
get
You're
you.
turning and you're suddenly going to put your hands at your side here and turn to the side and the ball hits your side. Bro,
Mm.
move your hand out of the way. It's simple. Move your hand out of the way. I don't care if you fall down and you turn and touch the ball. It's a penalty. I don't care about that. Simple. Don't touch the ball. It should be like a hot potato when it comes to your hand unless you're a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
There's no excuse because I can tell you the same thing. You know what I mean? I've played
Mm-hmm.
football. If you fall down next to the ball, roll over onto the ball. Your coach teaches you these things. So don't come here and tell me these players are not doing these things purposely. They're being paid not to lose.
Yeah.
They're gonna do whatever it takes. They know
True. Yeah.
once they fall down, people are gonna think they
Mm-hmm.
can't control themselves and they don't see where the ball is. You can hear the ball, bro. The ball is rolling on grass. You can hear it. You've been playing football, bro. When you pass the ball, you hear it rolling across the grass coming to you,
Mm-hmm.
bro. Like, you feel it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, in my honest opinion, because it's subjective, cool. But at the end of the day, your hand's not supposed to touch the ball. If you turn to the side and put your hands at the side of you and the ball hits your hand, it's still a penalty. Because if the ball is going to hit your side, your hand should not be there. You should move it out of the way. Let it hit your side. You understand what I'm saying? When you put your arms to your side, it makes your body wider. If you
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying. If you
Yeah.
put your hands behind your back, I could understand. Now,
Mm-hmm.
then you could say that now for sure you're trying not to let your hand get
Not
hit,
to let your hand be
and
in the
that's
yeah in the way.
understandable.
Yeah.
But let's be real. If someone is taking a shot at goal, right, and
Mm-hmm.
the ball, and you turn your back, and it hits your hand behind you, now it's subjective because it hits your hand, but your back is facing the goal. But you're opening up yourself to that subjectivity in the same system timing,
Yeah.
because at the same time, when you
True.
turn, you're flinging your arms behind you, so your back is open. If the ball hits your hand, you have to be, well, your mistake. Because
I
you could
agree
turn
with you
and
though.
keep your hands in front of you when you turn, and instead of flinging them out to the
Yeah,
side like that,
I
like a lot
agree
of
with you.
players do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So you can't, when you leave the opening for subjectivity, like what they're gonna do and what they're thinking, it's way too much, man. That's just my opinion. I just wanted to mention a few key points about the game. Just 5 points. Newcastle have won this exact fixture in 2-0 in April. They've not beaten Manchester United in consecutive league games since October 1972. Manchester,
Okay.
Manchester United are winless in their last 3 league games against Newcastle.
Two
D2
draw,
L1. You know
two
what I
draws,
mean?
one loss. Yeah.
2 draws, 1 loss. So having won 6 of 7 against them before this first loss, they last went 4 without a win against the Magpies between April
Oh, that's a long time.
1987 and November 1988.
And this is a long time,
Two
man.
draws and 2 losses, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Having won 2-0 in the Premier League in April and 3-0 in the League Cup last month, Newcastle are looking for win 3 consecutive meetings against United in all competitions in the first time since January 1922.
That's a long
Newcastle
ass
kept a
time.
Yeah, bro. Newcastle kept a clean sheet in both Premier League meetings with Manchester United last season. They've not gone 3 league games in a row without conceding against the Red Devils since November 1897
97.
in the second tier of English League football. You know what I mean,
Wow.
bro?
Wow. Wow.
Newcastle's last 5 Premier League wins against Manchester United have been to nil. Since beating them 4-3 at St. James's Park in September 2001, the
Mm-hmm.
Magpies are winless in 30 against the Red Devils when conceding at least once. Draws 5, losses 25. So just a little bit of information about the history of these two teams, guys. And, just for the sake of it, we're going to have a little bit of fun and create a quick matchup
Yeah.
of what
Yo,
we
big
think is going to be the starting 11.
big up Tesh. If yeah, we want to hear what your take is with the starting 11. Okay. So you're gonna go first, Mark. You're gonna go first.
All right, so we're going to start with the goalkeeper. And let's be, I'm going to keep with consistency. One bad game is not going to make me change the goalkeeper just so soon.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Andre Onana in goal, but don't be surprised if Bayende has a shock start. You know what I mean, guys?
Yeah. I'm just keeping
So,
an eye on the Everton game, and it's goalless at the moment.
yeah. Any disagreements with the chat? Anyone thinking maybe we should not start Andre Onana?
I would go. I would go.
What does Ted say? What's Ted saying?
Because if I don't think anybody is saying anything at the moment. For me, putting him on the bench would send a message. But
What kind of message?
now I'm trying to think it through. I don't want to make a rash decision, right? He's had what 5 clean sheets in the Premier League thus far.
Mm-hmm.
He just came off the last I think 2 clean sheets in a row, right? So I would keep him in. Maybe the next Champions League game, I'd get the Bayern Der guy to just come in and just be the man. It wouldn't do us any lot worse if Bayern Der keep being goal for that Bayern Munich's game. And guess what? He's home, so that might actually put some more motivation in his some more springs in his step to actually hold play a good game for us come next. I think it's next week, right? Next week or upper week.
The following week.
Yeah, the following week. Yeah.
So
So
I'm gonna
look,
start with Luke Shaw.
yeah, Luke Shaw. Yeah, Luke Shaw. We've been wanting our left back to be back for since the beginning of the game of the league of the season. So yeah, natural left back at left back position. It's not a bad shout, Luke Shaw.
I'm gonna go with.
I know Luke Shaw has been out. I'm saying we've been praying and hoping he comes back soon, even with the injury, right? We've been saying, okay, get well soon, get back soon, right? We've had what Reguilon start at left back. We've had Lindelof at left back. We've had what's his name, Dallo at left back. So it's just so refreshing to actually see a left back playing in his natural position. So that's just me. We have this guy Arthur Boshby saying Leeds United best team in England. Yeah. They could be the best team in England. I think I did the best in the championship right now. I don't know.
I'm not even gonna. Ipswich is number 2. So
big up,
I
big
don't
up,
think.
Arthur. Big up, Arthur. Big up, Arthur for pulling up. Big up, big up, big
Big
up.
up to you, bro. I think Leeds United is a good team, but they're like Manchester
think,
United rivals in a way. So it's like kind of
yeah, I
hard to have
think,
an agreement with him on that front. You know what I mean?
yeah, I think he's just trying to troll, man.
That's all
But
good. That's all good. I'm gonna go with the Magpie King. You know what I mean? Harry Maguire. Best defender
it's
in
gonna
the
be,
Premier League currently in terms of form and
it's
statistics.
it's gonna
I
be
think.
Oh man, I'd rather have. I don't know. I'd rather have a Varane and Varane and Lindelof.
What?
No, like I don't know. It's just maybe it's just me. But
So did he not, or did he not play well in his last game?
it's got nothing to do with form at the moment. It's got to do with maybe experience and who's the better center back in terms of overall. I'm not looking at form. Yeah, Maguire deserves to start. I'm not taking that away from him, but I just feel like um Varane, because of Isaac. Isaac is fast. Isaac is slick. So I don't know if he's available for that game though, because
Isak, right?
mm-hmm.
Mm, I don't know. I don't know. So then you're thinking Varane Lindelof. All right, so let's go with Varane Lindelof then.
And give let me, because I think I don't know if Isaac picked up a knock in the. Oh, it's funny to see. Like you just mentioned Ipswich, right? At second in the championship. Yo, it would be a lot of Manchester United fans would be what's the word now? Would be singing McKenna's praise if he do get them into the Premier League, and they will be saying, "Oh, we should have kept him. We should have kept him," and what's not. And
Yeah. Okay. The past is the past, my bro. I don't live in it. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
I don't care for that rubbish, bro. Just to be honest.
Oh man, Everton with it was a goal line clearance. That was close. Everton
I'm
with the
going with
ball.
Amrabat in the midfield.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Kobe Mainu. Don't want to see anything from Scott McTominay today. Captain's game all around. The last 2 games, best player United has, in my opinion. I think Anthony, shut up his haters, deserves a start again. And Garnacho is the player in form. And I believe he's going to start. I think we're going to see Marcus Rashford come off the bench.
Wait. Who do you have at the middle pairing with Amrabat?
What do you mean?
You put Kobe in there?
Yeah. Who else is going to be there? Who else you think is going to be in the middle?
So if Kobe is gonna be in the middle, I think the coach is likely to go with McTominay. I don't know, for some reason they all seem to. I don't know if there's a clause in McTominay's contract that says he must play a certain amount of game to actually. I don't know, because I other than the goal here and there, right? Which is not really a constant thing. I don't see anything else that he offers. But yet again, he's as long as he wears, I don't see anything in offers. I would try this approach that you're going with, but I feel like the coach would actually play a Kobe Maino and McTominay. But we are right to actually go like this, because if the game is not giving us what we want, then we can actually take somebody off and pull McTominay and hope to get for him to he knows what to do when he comes off the bench. He knows how to just get himself around the box, the 18-yard area of the opponent's team, right? And just make his presence known there, right? So I hope to see an Amrabat start, but you never can tell. Your coach might just go pull up something different.
Well, this is our lineup, and I think the coach might make a different decision in the midfield, but this, based on current performances, I would think that this is the best starting 11. I actually believe that it would be better if we had started Maguire in there, because I think Maguire is the team on form. But at the same time, you know what I mean? I think that, it's also one of those things where, you would like to see Varane. I kind of think, I'm wondering why Varane has not played. Maybe he comes into this game and starts, Maguire gets a rest, to recharge his batteries, and we see a different thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think congruently, if we have Varane and Lindelof at back with Luke Shaw, I think Amrabat we have not seen Amrabat. He's a decent 8. I think he can break lines. He's shown it in the game against Galatasaray. He will make some critical passes. He will drive with the ball. I think also Kobe Mainu. I think they will benefit each other.
Yeah.
Amrabat might sit mostly in the middle, while Kobe might be allowed to go forward and affect the play. And I think it provides us two forms of defense and two sets of protection for the defenders in the midfield today. And our attackers have been in form, and I think this is a game where Rasmus Højlund is going to open his scoring in the Premier League this season.
Oh, okay.
I'm here for that. So, guys, if anything else you want to say to close the show, I'm about to close because,
No, I'm just looking. I'm just hoping.
Prepare.
I'm just hoping for a good game. I'm just hoping for a good game, and just hope. I hope that we get the win. Last night, I actually predicted United winning maybe 2-0, 2-1, but a clean sheet would do. A clean sheet means that we're in the game. A clean sheet means that whatever happens, we didn't lose the game. So as long as we get the clean sheet and maybe nick the win, I would be super excited, because now we haven't had any game where we drew this season thus far. So, and I don't want that happen. I want us to win. So, but if we can't win it, then we should definitely not lose it. That's my final take on this one.
100%. I don't think it's gonna be an easy game by any means, but I think the United team are strong enough. I think we've been seeing consistent chance creation, and the forwards are starting to be clinical. I think it's going to be a competitive game away to Newcastle at St. James's Park, and I hope the Red Devils could find some way to walk in there and walk back out in victory as the Reds go marching on, and on, guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to check out my buddy Captain Drex. Go to his channel at DHub Sports. Like and subscribe, everyone. And it's been your host, Mark N. And you are on my channel. If you're now tuning in, smash that subscribe button. Hit the like, leave a comment. Even leave your match predictions in the non-live section. Let's see who gets their prediction right. And we'll be announcing it in the stream at the end of the weekend on Sunday night when we do the Premier League review. Guys, thanks for tuning in. It's been another match review for Manchester United, Newcastle at St. James's Park, starting at 8 p.m. UK time. Tune in, guys. Let's see what's going to happen. There's going to be a watch along. And guys, enjoy your evening, Reds. Have a good one. Catch you later.
All right, bye.